Maybe the real sorcery was the fights that we had along the way. Yeah. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about the end of Jujutsu Kaisen, at least in manga form. So over the past week, creator Gege Akutama has confirmed that the final 5 chapters are going to be coming out in September. That's right, the final 5 chapters of the entire series as a whole. And this created an uproar within the manga community, especially in the JJK fan base, because wow, how are you going to be ending something so soon? And so before I get into why this is bad or why this is okay, spoilers, all right? So if you've not read Jujutsu Kaisen, don't watch this video because it doesn't apply to you. Or maybe you can watch it now, and by the time you finish it, you'll forget all about it. That's your choice. I think as readers, we've known that it was ending for a while, at least I feel like we have. I feel like since the beginning of this year, we've known that it was ending sometime this year. Maybe the fact that it's ending in September as opposed to like December has got everybody confused, but this wasn't like an out of nowhere kind of announcement. This has been a thing for a while, at least as far as I know. I guess the overall confusion comes from the fact that we haven't moved past the current arc that we're in now. He's been fighting Sukuna for the last, I don't know how many chapters, I've lost count, like 50 or 60 or so, could be more. It's just a long fight. Right now Yuji is fighting him, but we've had pretty much the entire roster of Jujutsu Kaisen has taken their shot at Sukuna, and he's pretty much the kid on the playground who's like, no, actually my power is to counter your power perfectly. That's what we've been dealing with for the past year, it feels like. Now fights are cool and all, and that's like, you know, the whole draw for a battle shonen is for them to have a battle, but we haven't moved past this battle. It's just been like, next person step up, hey, I'm gonna fight you. Oh, actually, I'm gonna counter you, so you can't fight me. And then the next person steps up. But we haven't established a story or a reason for the existence of Sukuna. And all throughout Twitter and TikTok, there have been basically points of people like, well, we haven't seen the Heian era. We haven't seen Hikari and Urame, I don't know how to pronounce her name. That fight hasn't really happened. It's been off screen. Why did Yuta take over Gojo's body? Like, what is going on? And everybody feels like, hey, that won't be answered within the next 5 chapters unless you do like a mega 99-page chapter per chapter. We're not getting that. We're gonna get probably the conclusion of this fight, hopefully. Now, some of these points do have some, I guess, backing behind them. What is up with Yuta and Gojo? What was the point of that? Why did you introduce that if you're not going to expand upon that? Why was Maki given this big old power up for her to only just throw like a stab within the entire battle? Those points, those are crucial, I think, because those are like revolving around the main cast. But Sukuna and the Heian era, I don't really care for that. I don't want to see his backstory. We get it. You don't really need to know where a villain comes from to know why they're evil. He's just a curse at the end of the day. He's gonna fuck shit up. That's pretty much his entire purpose, which is fine by me. So I don't need that backstory. But there are points, like I mentioned, that should be explained. But I'm not sure we'll get there. And there's been discourse online like, oh, Gege's a troll, he won't do that, or Gege doesn't really even care about the audience, so he doesn't care what the hell happens to anybody else besides just his main baby, which is Sukuna at this point. If he wins the day, then sure, he gets what he wants, but that kind of like slights the audience in some way. At least that's how a lot of people feel. But I also feel like we are having such a knee-jerk reaction to the announcement that we shouldn't be judging something before it even comes out. We don't know how he's going to wrap it up. He could pull something miraculous off that everyone's like, oh wow, actually that came together really well. I saw an example online saying like the best outcome could possibly be like a Neon Genesis type ending where nobody gets what they want and they don't really explain what happens to the world after this incident. This fight will happen, and then Sukuna wins, or Yuji and them win, and then that's it. That's all we get. We just cut to black, which is cool. I like that. That's pretty bold and like innovative, I guess, even though it's following the footsteps of Neon Genesis. But it is something that could be interesting to see, considering the type of manga that this is, or what it started out as, which was, you know, horror based. So something like that would be like, ooh, the bad guy wins. That's pretty cool. And on the opposite end, it could just get wrapped up really fast and be like a Promised Neverland type thing where it just kind of gets zoomed by at the end and we get like a flash forward like, oh, everyone survived, and then school just continues, which would be pretty bad, I think, in my opinion, because we need more than that. And then another theory that I saw was that he might be setting up for a time skip type series, much like Naruto did with Naruto Shippuden, where it skips ahead in time and then we start a new series from then on out, which should also be something that I welcome. I think it'd be cool. There's a lot to explore within this world, and that's another big complaint, is that like, hey, why didn't he build up this world more than what we just saw? Which I counter that by saying it's a story about them in high school, essentially. Why would you need to do more than that? But something like that would be really cool to continue, especially with the characters of the main three. Well, I guess two, because Nobara's not coming back, guys. I hate to say it. But to just see like Yuji and Megumi if he gets his body back, and then the original Yuta and Maki and Panda and them, and Tuna Fish guy. Toge, I think his name is? Yeah. But it's just been interesting to see people's complaints online, because like some things they say are just not even like important or weren't even on my mind within the story. I'm just like, you really want to see Panda's backstory and why he became a panda? We need to flesh him out that much? No, we don't. But there are points, like I mentioned, that we do need to see, which I hope get a little bit wrapped up. Like Kenjaku, what was the point of him? He's a brain and he has a big old plan, and this plan's not gonna come to fruition. Or maybe that's what the whole thing is, that it does happen. And like I mentioned, the Neon Genesis thing where he wins and Kenjaku wins at the end of the day. You thought it was gonna be Sukuna who wins? No, look, it was Kenjaku the whole time. For me to get a satisfying ending, I would need to see some sort of resolution between at least Yuji, Megumi, and Sukuna. Everybody else, we can't help that if that's how it's gonna end. As long as we get the main three storyline come to an end, I'll be somewhat satisfied. And I'm a Toto fan. Is he back there? He's back there. Can you see? I'm a Toto fan. That was another thing everyone's saying. They're like, nobody wins except Toto fans, which I agree. We did win, so I'm good either way. He's got his vibraphone. He's good. But as long as we resolve their story in some satisfying way, I could forgive it. But I'm just not so quick to jump down his throat like everybody else is. Everyone's like wanting to kill this man already, and it's just like, well, trust the process. Let's see what happens. Maybe you'll change your mind once we see everything happen. Or maybe everyone's been burned too much in the past with mangas and the way that they ended, and they've been like so dissatisfying. So I could also see that point of view, like, hey man, we've spent so much time with you and we've given you so much of our attention span, and you're gonna waste it by not concluding some of our favorite storylines that you said were gonna have some sort of resolution or explanation. It's just so big of a franchise now at this point that I feel like it's not coming to an end. I feel like I'm leaning more towards like the Shippuden route, where they're gonna continue this somehow, because it's just too big of a property. But if it does go a weird way and it's not satisfying at all, the internet has led you guys to believe that we are in good hands, which I guess we are. I can put up this list right here of stuff that will continue after Jujutsu Kaisen. So if you want to read something or get into something new, the future of shonen is in good hands. There's something that you can find, something for everybody. It's a good variety, I would say. But it would be disappointing to see one of the biggest battle shonen in the last few years come to a dissatisfying ending. So we just gotta wait and see, I guess. We'll come back in like a month and see like, oh, that was cool, or I was wrong. Hindsight 2020. But yeah, overall, I'm gonna be patient enough to just wait and see. I wasn't one of those people who attacked everybody online that I could possibly get my hands on. I'll sit back, I'll let it happen, and if it sucks, then we'll let them have it. But not too much. So what do you guys think? What are your thoughts on this? Do you guys think it's gonna come to a shitty end? Is it gonna be a satisfying end? Is it not ending? Whatever your thoughts are down below, let me know. And don't give me the rundown of the TikTok list, the one I mentioned earlier about Hikari and Yorome and Kenjaku and Gojo and all that. Don't give me that one you've been seeing everywhere. Give me some real thoughts that you have on this issue or non-issue in your opinion down below. Let me know. Also subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. That's all the thoughts I had on this. I just wanted to get on here and rant about that thing because it's been driving everybody crazy. So yeah, let me know. And until next time, I wish I could do like an edit. I would put like the brain reveal that Kenjaku does. That'd be kind of cool. Can I do it? If it looks crazy on camera, I didn't figure it out. Sorry.